So we can try to make this all a bit more simple, because PPAs are really nothing more than a supply agreement. They're certainly a special kind of agreement, but they relate to the purchase of some commodity over time. Now, we're going to be spending a lot of time here talking about risks, and I hope you're not too put off by that, because capturing risk is about enhancing return. So while in our daily personal lives we try very hard to avoid risks, they're not something to be scared of in financial markets. It's about quantifying them and deciding whether the compensation is adequate. And clearly there is a lot to get your head around. There's a whole laundry list, it seems, of risks that we'll have to become acquainted with. But it's not our expectation for you to somehow become experts, and maybe you'll never be on the front line of a PPA negotiation. What we're trying to understand is how risk then governs return, and ultimately is the foundation of finding solutions that are acceptable for all parties. There is indeed a laundry list, and Bruno, maybe you could just preview for us what that looks like.
As you said, there is a laundry list. There are a lot of risks that you want to consider when you do anything really in business, and it's true as well for signing a PPA. So the risks that you'll be wanting to look at before signing a PPA can be broken down in risks related to the parties. So who is my counterparty? So if I'm a buyer, the seller or the developer is somebody that I need to be comfortable with. And the flip side is also true, right? As we talked about, my credit risk as a buyer is important to the seller. Who is the government is another party. Is there likely to be policy change? So policy risk is another one. There are also risks related to the asset. Is the asset going to perform the way we expect to? Or the weather, is the sun going to shine enough, or what time is it going to shine? So all of these volume, shape risks that we're talking about on the platform become relevant as well. And there's, of course, as with any contracts, risks related to the contractual terms. So we talked earlier about price, tenor, maybe currency risk in some instances. All of these things become important. So these are all risks that you want to be looking at before signing on the dotted line in a PPA, certainly.
And some of those are risks. Some of them, particularly when you start to talk about government policy, are just sources of uncertainty. There's really no way to quantify, there's no way to manage, and that poses a real blockage. No market really thrives on uncertainty.
That's right. That's right. So policy risk is often very difficult to apprehend compared to other risks, in the sense that it's a digital sort of outcome sometimes, and sometimes it's completely unexpected, and it's very hard to quantify. You sometimes have to just hope for the best.